Hey everyone, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. Give a quick thumbs up if you're able to hear me and see me clearly. I want to see if you thumbs ups over here. Are you able to hear me and see me clearly? Yes? Great, great. All right, guys. So we will begin this session now. We are going to today talk about very important topic that is from non-tech to software engineering. I'm sure those of you who have joined this masterclass, you have certain questions in your mind, right? You want to understand about, okay, I am from non-tech background. Should I switch it to, or should I go into the career of software engineering, right? And what all hurdles are going to be there? Is this the right career move also or not, right? So these are the things which we are going to discuss in our today's masterclass. We will take our sweet time. We will cover each and everything along with roadmap to give you an understanding about how you should be thinking about it, right? How you should understand about the world of tech. And then at the end of it, why do we call software engineering as the backbone of modern tech? So welcome everyone joining us from different platforms, from all across the platforms. So here I hope you guys are doing great and feeling energized for today's weekend masterclass. The aim of this masterclass to ensure that all of you guys get the right guidance and the understanding about the world of tech. Now, you are going to spend your time with us. It's very much inspiring to see that lot of learners, whether you are exploring software engineering or you are kind of working in the field of tech, you want to go further, that how AI and all will be, incorporated in the field of software engineering. All those things, that is something which we are going to discuss today. All right, guys. So now I am your host. I am Alok Anand. I am co-founder at Alma Better, and I am here dean of Alma Better University. I have 8 years of experience in machine learning, AI engineering, and as a backend engineer. So here I have worked with almost for 3 to 4 years at American Express. Then after that, Blackbuck, and I have my stint as senior managers over there. Right. So here at the end of it, we are going to share our experience. Along with me, we have Vishal. So Vishal is Alma Better's alumni, developer at Zing HR, and he has been now working for almost 1.5 year. So we will understand from his journey what was his thought process when he started this journey of software engineering, of a developer role, right? What was his thought process? How he kind of figured out that, okay, this is something which I should pursue, because people have lot of things in their mind, whether I should go for AI or data science or software engineering, how someone should decide what field is going to be right. So today, it's something at the end about the interest as well, but there are certain things you should keep it in mind, and that we will figure out in this today's session along with Visal. Now, we have certain agenda which we will cover. I'll just give you that we will take our time. We will cover first the opportunity, right? The opportunity in the field of tech. How do we understand what developers do? And then based on that, we will get into the roadmap. And after roadmap, we will talk about the role of Alma Better. For 4 or 5 years now, we have been in this world of tech, educating people to get the outcome at the end. So we will share our journey, what we have learned, and that will give you a direction whether you continue or however you want to start this. This is something which will give you a right structured understanding how you should go forward. And then we will have again in between Vishal's story. And then after that, at the end, there will be a Q&A, which we are going to cover. So all of you guys take this opportunity, the time which you are going to invest over here today in this session. You should ask your doubts, you should ask your questions, so that we are here sitting, taking out our time to guide you. So at the end of it, you should have your answers cleared. What do you want to choose? How do you want to go ahead? Please feel free to utilize the platform, put it in the Q&A, in the comments, and we will try to pick at the right time to answer those. Great. So now we will go ahead with the first part, the opportunity. We are going to now first hear from the man, from Vishal. Let's hear from his understanding, right? That coming from a non-tech background himself, how he decided into getting into the field of software engineering. So before I talk about the understanding about what do they do, right? I want to call here Vishal on stage. Okay. And then after that, let's hear from Vishal first. What was, hey Vishal, are you able to hear me?
Hello.
Great.
Yeah, hi Anand. I'm able to hear you.
Yeah, yeah. So Vishal, here, thank you so much for joining, and I'm sure everybody here
Thank you.
is eager to hear from you. So you started your journey from non-tech, and right now
Definitely.
you're working as developer, right? So let's start with first give some
Yes.
understanding about what do you do, and then what made you choose this particular career, particularly.
Introduce myself to everyone. So hi everyone, my name is Vishal, and I'm currently working in Zing HR as a front-end developer, basically in React technology. And like how I have choose to join I'm a full stack developer and web development as a career. So in the very beginning of my this journey, like I was into insurance industry, and apart from that, I was doing my BCom. So I was looking a platform or a course something, so from where I can start my career. So I was exploring the platforms, like which platform should I do the course, and which course should I uh, move with. So like I explored many platforms, like then I heard about Alma Better, like they were providing me the a data science and web development course in the field. Then I saw that their curriculum and all things are very according to current market scenario. So uh, now I have two choices to go with the web development field. So I asked myself like whether I am ready to go with data science or with the web development. So for my understanding was like to be in data science, so I was not very good in mathematics and calculation. So I was not ready to handle that much of pressure. Like according, I was not able. I am not good in the mathematics. So I decided to go with the web development field, and obviously I was new in that as well. So I thought I should try once. And initially when I started, it was a little bit tough, when but after some time it I became becoming into course, and currently was.
Got it. So, Vishal, one very interesting point which you mentioned, right? While you were choosing for software engineering as an option, you thought about the mathematics, right? You thought about certain things required over there. Correct. I believe there is some internet connection issue with Vishal. So what Vishal mentioned about is there was his thought process which I wanted to hear, and he mentioned about that whether to choose software engineering or data science. The point was about the mathematics as one of the criteria, right? So there was a criteria of mathematics which he was thinking, and that's how he decided to choose software engineering. So Vishal, right now you're working as software engineer. I believe there is some issue. Vishal, is it stable now, your internet? Yeah. So in between your
Yeah,
audio also goes away, but like
no,
it
actually
comes.
it is still not
Okay, okay. So what right now you are working on? So let's say if there was one thought process which you have worked on. So we will hear from Vishal very soon. Vishal, once your internet will stabilize, then we will come back and we will talk about things, right? Meanwhile, we will go ahead and continue with our topic, and that is what I want to talk about. That developers, right? Developers, what do they do? If you have kind of chosen this field, you should have a very good understanding about okay, as a developer, where I will be placed, what all things I will be working on, and what should be my journey to go ahead with, right? And again, other side is, are there any opportunities? We'll talk about AI also, right? How AI will impact the software engineering as a field, right? So me myself as AI engineer and machine learning engineer, I have worked, so I know what can be done, what is integrated over here. So we'll talk about my experience, and overall I will try to incorporate now in overall topic what we are going to discuss today. So let's continue with our discussion. So the next part is the opportunity which I wanted to give you guys an understanding, right? So here, what we are going to first understand is developers like Vishal and lot of people right now working as front end developers, back end developers, or multiple different roles you might have heard about. Who are they, right? What do they do, right? Where they are placed in a company? How do you think about that? The first of all, lot of these terms you might have already heard. Now, out of all, there are, let's say, four different parts which I want to talk about. The first one is automation and efficiency. Good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, Sunil. So here, the first point is the automation and efficiency, right? So any developer who is part of the corporate, any company, and wherever you are working in a team, you are going to work on bringing the efficiency through some automations, or you will bring some automation so that things are happening without much of the intervention, right? Let's say I'll give you an example. Just think about it. You are using Swiggy or Zomato app, but just not that app Zomato or Swiggy has. Zomato has app for restaurants, Zomato has app for internal team, Zomato has apps for their delivery partners also, right? So all these different things which you see, these are built by developers, and that is how efficiency is brought in the system. So if any app is there for delivery person, then it's more efficient, right? They can get right location, right time, and right information about when, where to deliver something, and you can have the checks and balances also at every step of the way, right? So that brings in the efficiency, automation, and overall quality goes up. That's where the impact of developers are. The second is the data management. Now whatever you do now on internet, right? Whatever you do now on internet, that information is saved somewhere, right? You created a profile right now in this platform, your name is shown, so somewhere it is stored. So that data, how it will be stored, and trust me, there are bytes and bytes. These are like just small parts, but GBs, TBs, petabytes, that level of data is getting generated every day by millions of users searching on Google, searching on or doing some activity on Instagram or YouTube. Lot of data is getting generated and being stored. Let's example our website altogether. Lot of data is getting generated on a daily basis. What people are learning, where they are stuck, what is their problem. All those things get stored somewhere in our system, right? So how to manage that? That is a very important part. How efficiently you can store it, how efficiently you can keep it so that it does not take much space and a lot of resources are limitedly used or optimized way. Now, after that, we have this security and reliability, right? Security and reliability comes with data managements, right? When you have certain data, you will have certain data that is sensitive in nature. Let's say somebody's email ID or phone number, right? That is a personal information, and no company wants to expose that, right? No one wants, and it is something which is highly regulated also, that those all are personal information about somebody. If you are storing it, it's fine, but then you cannot give the access to any other company, and you have to keep your data secure so that any hacker will not kind of steal it. Of course, all the systems, it is, there is a scope of improvement, but you will hear some time or the other that somebody breaches, get into the hacker side of it. So those are not developers, those are hackers. Okay, we'll talk about the developers who ensure that security is maintained, right? Security is maintained and your data is safe. And then last part is user experience and accessibility, right? So here, any app you are using, right? Any feature you are doing, let's say you are doing the search on Google, everything is some experience which you are trying to gain, right? You are doing some activity and there will be some experience, whether you it was easy to use, whether it was very tough in terms of whole management, the color which comes out to you, the size of something which comes out to you, everything gives you a proper experience, and companies, they want to give you the best experience at the end. So that's where again developers comes in picture, because nowadays almost all the businesses, right, talking about even now mid-size and small town businesses also, they are online, they have some activity online, they have some profile online, so that they can gain the interaction, gain the traction from somewhere. Let's say they are at least on Zomato, Swiggy, that's also an online system. Somewhere they have to use internet, phone, and etc etc, right? So everybody is online. So online, how your user experience can be enhanced and how accessibility can be maintained, how apps should be designed, all those things again developers do. Now whatever I have told you right now, it's like a very blanket terms which I have mentioned, right? So automation, you create apps, and that brings in the of efficiency. You ensure that some things are happening automated. You don't Somebody don't have to go there and manually enter something, right? Data management, how it is stored, security, user experience, etc., etc. Now these four things are the core of developers journey. Now, let me give you an understanding little bit further. What do they deal with? These are the terms which you have heard. And I will give you a very simple and clear understanding that how all the things right now works, right? How all the things in a world of tech works and why we call developers as backbone of modern tech. This is a very clear term, and you will hear that most of the people, when people are talking about AI, when people are talking about machine learning, there is a backbone of tech that is handled by developers. Okay, there is a backbone. It's the backbone of tech where your system is running is handled by developers, right? When you have certain machine learning algorithm, your chat gpt, how do you access the chat gpt? You go to a website, you go to an application, you go there, you search, there are certain functionalities over there. All those things are made accessible by developers, and then you have other team and everyone working for different part of it. Now let me first give you a very simple understanding about how in the development world, in the tech department, how things are handled. I'll give you a very simple overview of it so that it gives you a very good understanding. In this tech, you have four layers. Okay. The first layer is of developers. Just understand this. Okay. You have developers who work on certain application. They write the code over here, and then they are working on some of the project. Above developers, you have certain tools like version control tools, which developers use. Version control tools. Okay. Now, what do I mean by version control tools? It's like GitHub. Just understand these terms, right? GitHub. You might have heard about Docker. There are certain tools which are DevOps, like you have Jenkins, you have Sentry. These are for error management or your whole DevOps from developer to production. We will come to that. GitHub is for version control. So you will see every app has the version, right? So how do you control that? That when you write something, it should not change the previous version. Previous version is running. Now you are working on a new version altogether. So this next layer is of version control tools. And then after this, you have here cloud platforms. Okay. You have your cloud platforms like AWS. These are like your cloud platforms where data is stored. They rent you the computational power. So AWS, Google Cloud platform, like that. You have Azure by Microsoft. These are the cloud platforms where your application will be running. It's a machine which is live 24/7 so that somebody can reach to your website. Otherwise, if these goes away, in no website you won't be able to access. No, like 80% of the website will be gone if, let's say, AWS is not running. Now, the last part is all the applications which are used. So there will be lot of different versions of application. Let's say there is one application for internal team. Okay. There is one big, let's say, application here for users. In between, some testing team is using some application like that. Some of the application is created. Now from here, developers, they coordinate with this. They use these tools like GitHub, Docker, Jenkins, Sentry. These are the tools for version control. Okay, right now I'm working on this version. This is what my code is which I have pushed. Other team will review it and then say, okay, this particular code is right. Then this is connected with your cloud platform, that whatever code you have written over here, that will determine that your cloud, how it will behave and where any code will run. And then from here it will be controlled as which application will be, which application will change. So from here, all the things like this, it is controlled. Now just understand this. There are four layers to it. First, you are developers. Then there are some tools. Now you will have in some companies DevOps engineer, right, working over here, senior person who looks at the synchronization of all these tools. Then you have cloud developers over here. You have cloud developers over here who looks at, okay, AWS, how it should be designed, how resources should be used. And then you have here user and everyone who is using different platforms. Now, why I wanted to show you this, because this gives you an understanding that there is a system where a lot of different things are maintained and worked upon by the developers. When I say developers, it's not like just one web developer, or I'm talking about your front end engineers. You have a lot of people here working in sync to ensuring that these applications are live. You have here front end, back end developers over here. You have front end, back end developers, right? Front end who works on the website, back end who works on the data management and setting up the APIs, etc., etc., right? Not getting too much into the tech terms over here, just understand the overview of it. Then you have DevOps engineer. These guys are also developers only, but they look at the DevOps engine of any company, how version controlling should be done. Then there are cloud developers. They work at AWS, GCP, Azure, different cloud platforms, whichever company is using. Here, company spends lakhs and lakhs of rupees. Every cloud which they use, it goes even beyond, let's say, 20, 10, 20 lakhs, which they pay monthly. So there has to be someone who looks at the resources, who ensure that company is using the cloud platform efficiently. And then you have here users whom you want to give the best experience. And there is a testing team, there is an internal team, etc., etc. So this is what you deal with as a developer. When you get into this, you deal with application development, you deal with cloud, you deal with APIs, third party integration. Lot of third party integration happens over here. Let's say if you want a payment gateway, so you will use some other company's service to include in your app. You will see in all the application, mostly some Razor Pay or something CC Avenue like that, you will see as your payment gateway. So that is integrated as third party. Then it goes DevOps, which I talked about over here. So these are the things you deal with. So understand it very clearly that as a developer, you are using your laptop and you are going to write code over there. Then you use GitHub Docker to ensure that version controlling is done, which version you are working on, what you have changed, that is being managed with GitHub. And then your codes are again going to cloud platforms where it is running the system, where it will store the data, it will make your application live, and at the end you have the user who will be accessing those, right? And you will be building application for specific users. Now, once you have understood this, it's not now just limited to this. In industry, just understand how does it relate to, let's say, in e-commerce, we have online stores with secure payment gateways, because there are multiple developers, right? There are like hundreds and hundreds of developers working companies like this: Amazon, Myntra, Flipkart, Misho. Just I'm going to give you an example of them, right? What do they work on? How do they kind of design their daily journey? So there will be a project like online store with secure payment gateways. If some online e-commerce companies there, they want to have some secure payment gateways, you will be working on integrating it, making the flow right, where money will be stored, then after that what action will be made, what where data will be stored. That is something which you are going to look at. Second is, let's say, optimize website speed for seamless shopping experience, right? So when you are optimizing, let's say when you go to any website and if it takes time, it's very clear that your bounce rate is going to be high. Bounce rate means how many users are just clicking there and then they got frustrated within 10 seconds and then they went out of it, they did not explore your website. So that increases because that speed is very important, and there are lots and lots of things which you do. Sometimes you change your language of website altogether just because it was slow for the users who were coming, right? And that's how you have more and more languages, like some uses MERN stack, some uses other stacks as per their own use cases. Ensure mobile responsiveness for better engagement. So these are some things which I why I'm talking about each and everything, because you have to understand the scope of it, right? You have to understand the opportunity, what it lies in terms of problem statement solving. It's not just the website which you look, there's a whole system which works in the background where developers are participating to solve those problems or build something over there. If I come to OTT platform, the video streaming platform is very much different from e-commerce. When you're an OTT, your problem statement is a bit different, where you have video streaming platforms. You have to ensure that every bit rate streaming, when I say bit rate, you might have seen that you can change 720p auto, 80, like those bit rates are given so that you have better quality HD quality, right? So it is optimized way stored, because every video with every bit rate will be stored separately. So how it can be optimized and how it can be set up over there, right? So that adaptive based on your internet speed, it is fluctuating and giving you the best experience. Optimizing content delivery network. So for smooth streaming, let's say, how do you optimize your content delivery? It means if match is happening in USA, here it should have the lowest lag. So from where data should be sent to you, the nearest data center, etc., etc., those things are looked at when your content is delivered to you. And it's a very there is a big company, Akamai company, who handles all these, and they are the champions of this industry, right? They provide the CDN, they have the cloud data center in different countries, and they give you the optimized way of getting the data from the right nearest data center. So there are multiple companies working in different interesting problem statements over here, like food tech, integrate real time order tracking, high scalability during peak hours. How do you handle sudden spike of users on your platform, right? So that is where developers, they come in picture. In fact, there is a very famous case study of Hotstar. So there was one time when Hotstar crashed in between the match. So it was like Dhoni came for batting, and then suddenly, like almost 10 to 12 million people got added additionally just in that fraction of a second, and their app crashed. So then they went into it, they solved it, and then there is a very good case study around it. So that is something you should go and search about. Disney Hotstar app crashed due to Dhoni batting. Okay, you will find that case study. So now next is coming to fintech, right? You have building banking and payment application. Think about the level of security developers they need to understand when it comes to fintech, because it's well regulated and highly scrutinized kind of industry which we are talking about. So there, how do you implement some system that is secure and has the most advanced security system, right? So you have to understand in that particular side of it. So now as a developer, you will see that in a company there are multiple projects that goes on, ensuring that there is an efficiency, automation, some problem statement it is solving in terms of bringing the good experience to the customer and management of everything at the end of it, right? So developer, they are present as the backbone of tech. This is what I want to convey to you guys, right? Because at the end of it, there are a lot of different words that goes out. People are crazy about no AI, only AI is going to be the next part of revolution, but it's never going to be out of this tech world software engineering which we talk about. There is a paradigm of it which enables the AI to sit over it, and that's where our next part comes in, right? So now it's the time that automation will always be there with developers, but with intelligence, that is something which will be added up, right? So now with AI revolution, AI is right now, we will have again discussion with Vishal, and we will talk about this term and the impact of AI, how he thinks about, because he has been working, and how he is right now feeling that uh, is it like AI is now writing all the codes and he's just sitting around, or is there any second layer understanding which human intervention, where human intervention is required, right? Where your design part versus you're just writing a code, there is a whole lot of thought process which goes in, right? So how AI comes in, but right now AI is integrated in the system, and who is going to integrate that? Developers, the engineers in tech, right? So when you become a software engineer in tech, now you have to understand how AI works over here, how AI can be integrated in the overall system of technology, right? So here, if you look at the overall data right now in this particular coming 3 to 4 years, you are going to see a growth in the IT jobs. Now, the nature of IT job will be different. It's not going to be, let's say, directly React JS like that, right? There will be always a requirement of understanding about AI should be there. So how do you integrate AI into your system? How do you integrate AI into your application? How do you integrate AI into your development? How do you integrate AI into your automation? How do you integrate AI into your security? How do you integrate AI into your optimization? How do you integrate AI into your automation? How do you integrate AI into your data science? How do you integrate AI Hey guys, hello, hello, hello. Give a quick thumbs up if you're able to hear me. Yes? Yeah, great. All right, let's continue with our interesting topic. We were talking about the AI, right? We are talking about the AI. How does it impact overall journey of any developer, right? Is it something AI is going to replace all the developers or everyone in this ecosystem and then everything AI will be doing? It's never going to be like that. Okay? It's never going to be like that because at the end of it, what I showed you just couple of this slides back here, you see there are a lot of intricacies present in a world of tech. It's not that straightforward that you write something, it's running over there. There are people like product managers, UI UX designers, who wants to make their website, their company's website different than anybody else, right? They have their own thought process, they have their own way of designing. Then there comes developers, they bring in, of course you can use AI platforms for making your code better or get some direction. Your error debugging or solving for errors will be easier. But at the end of it, you have to think about how systems are integrated with each other, right? So AI is going to be coming with the development journey which people are going to take, and it's important to understand that how that happens. How do you use AI in your system? How do you use certain thing in your job where AI is incorporated? So because of AI, it's not like there is a, you know, away, there will not be any tech people, or there will be like they will just strike off all the developers from the ecosystem. Rather, it will be there will be increased IT jobs where integrated AI understanding is very much required. So we will come to the roadmap in just some time. Just understand these things first. So there will be a new type of role, software engineering with some AI component, LLM understanding, etc., etc. Now, next comes with the automation. Now, there are automation happening. Developers, tech people, they are doing that. A lot of people from non-tech, they have now started transitioning to tech if they have interest, because they know that at the end of it, there are some knowledge which you have to have so that you can have a better career growth, right? You can have a better career growth. Now, in that case, you will start somewhere, but where do you want to reach, that you decide at the end. And that's where you have to keep this in mind. There are some repetitive roles that is going to be at the end automated. Now, it's not like this is something which is bad to start with. You have started, you have gained some experience, because at the end of it, the understanding about the company professionalism, that also very much matter. But at the end, where do you see yourself as growing, right? Whether you want to get into tech, whether you want to get into data science, we will come to that part, that how do you decide on those. But that is something which you have to think about your next career, right? That if you want to get into the side of tech, you have to give your full, and you will see that your growth will be in that particular field if you have that skills. And that's why reskilling is critical. That whenever you, if you are thinking about getting into tech, it's not going to be 2 day 3 days job. It's going to be a certain time which you invest, like you have done it earlier. We have this tendency of mindset that we are going to just whatever we have learned till college, now I don't need to learn, and I don't want to invest time. And here at Alma Better, in fact all the senior people which you interact with, right, and when you will talk to them, you will see that they invest time in learning, and that is very much important. Reskilling, if you see them in getting interest in this, in the world of tech or in the world of this AI and software engineering, you will see they always keep on upskilling, they always keep on learning something, and they will always be there to adopt the new technology that is coming in. And that is very much required when you choose this job. So keep this in mind, that whether you are from any background, at the end of it, if you want to come over here and if you want to continue your journey in software engineering, then you have to keep this in mind, that there is a component of AI. How do we use it in the system? That you have to keep on learning. It cannot be just a conventional way of learning things. It has to be enhanced with certain important things integrated within the system. Now, again, I don't have to mention a lot about this. It's just like high demand careers and growth. If you handle certain very key component in an industry, and not very, it's not like everybody knows those things. If you are a tech person, you are highly valued because you understand certain things which are very specific to you, right? Business, maybe somebody else can come quickly and understand the system and have some logic around it. But tech is very much integrated to the experience and understanding and deeper level which you can get, right? So as and you grow, your overall career growth will be higher, right? You will start from front end development in general as a front end developer, or sometimes you start with quality analyst like that. But the next part, as in you go up mid level, you get more into the design of systems. So earlier you will be doing what you have been told. Next you get into the back end side, the APIs, the how systems should be designed. If any system is used by millions of people, how much resource I should give. So whether it should be 4 GB RAM, 10 core or 9 core, what should be that configuration of machine, right? From there, where data should be stored, etc., etc. Then you start getting into that, right, at mid level. Then, when you are going to lead roles, then you are looking for a more expanded product or the application, right? You are going to expand yourself from the just one feature to work on to full application, how it should be designed. You are handling 10 developers, they are working on 10 different projects. So, like that, your overall uh, career growth goes over here. So, it starts with the front end, then it goes to back end system design, and then after that, you go into the lead roles from here, right? So, next, which we are going to get into is the roadmap, because until now I have discussed about certain things which were very specific to the developers. What do they do? Now, one thing still people they have in mind, okay, let's say I'm from non-tech, right? And I see both these sides, let's say data science or AI or software engineering. All of these are interesting enough to start. I'll not say that data science is something which you should not choose, because these are the some these are the right now roles which are handling overall tech and taking things forward, right? So you should be part of this. So if you are, let's say, taking data science or software engineering, how you should be deciding over here, right? The first layer, of course, I will start with, it's an interest. If you are interested in coding, if you are, that excites you more, you have done it earlier, and even if you have started your career as non-tech, it's fine, but you can again take it back and then start working on it. But there are some very intrinsic things which I want to talk about personally, because I have been on the both the sides interacting with people. So I want to tell you certain things which you should be kind of clear in terms of your understanding, right? How you should be deciding. Let's say if you are here, whoever has joined, right? If you're thinking about software engineering, you have a lot of opportunities, you have a lot of growth in this career, but how do you decide on this? So, as a software engineer, one very particular thing which I want to mention, right? And it is not something which is like very, everybody will be of the same nature. If you are introverted or prefer deep focus over meetings, right? Then you should go ahead and make your career in the world of developer. Okay. Now, if sometime you put as introverted, you say that this is a bad thing. But I myself, I am a introverted person. I might be comfortable doing this because I have done multiple times. But myself, as if you tell me to talk to 10 business people, go over there, then have interaction, I might refrain myself and sit and then prefer focus over doing lot of meetings, right, on my work. So if you're that kind of person that you want to restrict yourself in too much talking, rather you want to be focused and working on your code, your application, whatever you want to work on. Now, people they generally associate success with extrovert. That is also one side of it which I want to mention, right? Because people say that, okay, this, see, I can see this person, so many people they know this person, so that person is successful. But don't think from your perspective, think from that person point of view. If that person is satisfied, then it does not mean somebody is thinking successful or not successful. Like, I will give you an example of Steve Jobs versus Steve Wozniak, right? So Steve Jobs was the marketing person, the product person of Apple, and Steve Wozniak was the tech person of Apple. Now, it's not like that one was very happy and another one he got very sad that he could not get that fame. It's not like that. He is very much respected. Steve Wozniak is very much respected in tech world, and he's very much satisfied with what he has built, right? So if you want to build something what others talk about, software engineering is for you. You will build something which will talk itself. But for data scientist, for data analyst, you have to interact with people. You have to build some algorithm which you have to explain. You have to be part of that system where you have to interact a lot with multiple stakeholders. And after a certain time, AI, tech, backend, those all merges, right? That is, I'm just talking about as of now, where do you start your journey? So if you enjoy that, okay, I'm going to work, I'm a little bit introverted, I don't want to interact with a lot of people, then I am going to focus on software engineering apart from everything. Because at the end, if you think about here I want to go, you will start your journey and it will take some time, you will definitely make it. But at the start, you have to have that grit, that okay, I have started this, I will continue with this, and I'll give my 100% over here. So that's the first point. The next point which I want to highlight here is, you see your future as tech first, not business first. Okay. So for any startup, big startup company, if you look at, right, they have both the people working in the company. One person will be business first and another one will be tech first. Okay. So tech first will ensure the internal system, application, all the product side he will be looking at. And business person will be looking at the sales, marketing, etc., etc. And both the things are very much required for any company you see all across the world. So if you see yourself after 10, 15 years, not very much as a business person handling things, rather as a tech first person, you have the solid understanding of tech, you want to get into something where you have high level tech you are working on, if that excites you, then software engineering, of course. Okay. Otherwise, if business first, then you are going to be the right person for the data science or other job roles in the tech. Okay. So now one more thing which I will say, that these are just few pointers I want to give you as a thought process, right? If you have the interest, go for it. Everything else will depend upon how consistent you are, and you will see yourself making it. It's not that big of a thing which is very impossible to do. It's very simple. It's just like every day, 1 to 2 hours if you give, 2 to 3 hours if you give, it's going to be good enough time to make yourself comfortable in this. But how do you want to see your future? Are you do you enjoy talking to people? Do you enjoy going outward and then asking their problem and then doing some analysis and presenting to them? Then it's not where software engineering will excite you, because you cannot sit at one place and keep on writing code, and after that you go out, you feel happy because you have solved something, built something, right? So there are different thought process over here. You have people like Elon Musk also, who is tech guy but very big, very good businessman. So there are all types of people. But right now, if you want to think about, just think, ask yourself two questions. Do I enjoy being introverted, or do I enjoy going outward and talking to people? And that will determine mostly whether you want to go tech first or business first to uh, take see your future in the this particular domain, right? All right. So now we will talk about certain four-step strategy, and then I'm going to give you the roadmap, what Alma Better follows and how you should be starting with. Okay. So the four-step strategy, how you should be thinking for this career is, understand about what companies want, right? So companies like us, let's say Alma Better, you will see lot of words we put out, lot of blogs we write, lot of these kind of free sessions which we do. The reason being, we have interacted with now like 1200 1500 companies in the past 4 years, right? And we have seen how company looks at it, what they require, what are they asking now, and based on that you build skills that matter, right? There are certain skills which you should know, like JavaScript, Mon Stack, system design. These are the things which are very much core. I mentioned to that earlier, right? So in that ecosystem, you focus on certain part of it to start your journey. So those are the skill which will be asked by the companies, and then you are going to be right fit to that, right? Credentials that stand out, you take some structured learning that will help you out, right? If you're from non-tech, specifically I'm talking about non-tech, because if you're from non-tech, if you take certain structured learning, it becomes easy for you. Otherwise, there are plethora of free resources you can go. If you're yourself good enough to structured understanding, if you have, you can go ahead. But then if you take a certain structured learning, it's going to be enforced on you to do certain daily tasks to finally reach to the goal, right? And at the end, you need some interviews, you need some personalized career guidance, because right now what you are doing is equivalent to the graduation. Just think about it. Whatever structured learning which you do, it's equivalent to your graduation, because graduation was meant to make you an engineer where you will spend your time in your life as a career. But rather now you want to get into the tech, right? So you have to spend that time, you have to make yourself polished in that manner, where mock interviews, career guidance, certain span of 6 to 8, 10 months you spend over here to make yourself comfortable to start the job. Okay. Now, before we go to role of alma better, and there I will talk about the curriculum and the topics which you should cover. I will again see if Vishal is available. I will call him on stage. I'll call him on stage quickly and see if we can continue our discussion which we had that time. Hey Vishal.
Hey, hi Anand. Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're perfectly audible, although I can't see you.
Give me a minute just. Yeah,
Great. All right. So, Vishal, let's continue our discussion.
yeah,
Right. So,
sure.
this time we will, again, we have discussed, you might be hearing the session already. We
Yes.
discussed about what's the work of developer, where everybody fits in, what are the different layers which people they have to look at. Now, from you, I want to understand, let's say, what were the skill sets, right?
Yeah.
You think those are important, right? And how people should plan it out. How did you plan it out? Okay.
Okay. So basically, like as I did day-to-day task, like as of my thinking, like you should be strong in the core concepts, like as you told, like the MERN stack and the system design. These are the very core concept in which JavaScript, we can say. These are the core concepts in which a person should be proficient enough to deal. Like, and apart from that, we have the AI as well. Like if you are proficient in the those core skills, then you will be able to handle any kind of work, any kind of task you have been given to. Okay, so in my day-to-day task, like I use AI as well, like GitHub Copilot and other Chat GPT. We use so much. Even the company also want us to use those systems because everyone wants ki their task or their work should be done in very less amount of time. Okay, so but to complete that work, you need to understand the core concept, right?
Yeah.
So this is what my thinking is. Like you know the basic concepts, like how the things are working, and how I need to modify the AI generated code according to my requirements. So this is what my thinking is about, like how you should plan. You should plan firstly the your core concept, learning the new skill. Like if you know, and another thing is that you should know how to use the AI in your
Mm.
daily work.
Mm.
Okay, so if you don't know how to use, then you won't be able to use that, right? And
Correct.
uh, like if as you told, like in this field you need to continuously learn the new skills, and you should be ready to move on from one skill to another at any point of time. Like, and at any point of time company will ask, like from now we are not going to use this technology, we are switching from this technology to this tech stack, and you need to modify modify yourself. Like you should be always ready to uh, switch between the technologies. And then also AI will help you. With the help of AI, you can learn anything.
Well,
You just need a prompt, like tell me the beginning how I can start the journey with this technology. That will give you the proper roadmap, like how can I learn. But for doing that as well, you should be um, strong enough in the core concepts. So this is what I think. You should be strong enough for the core concept. Rest things will be automatically happen if you are strong in core.
and very rightly mentioned. So here, Vishal, uh, the very important point which you mentioned was there are layers to it, right? First, you
Yeah.
have the core concepts.
Yes.
You should know, let's say, any language which you learn, whether it is Python, JavaScript, any
Yeah.
language you learn, right?
Hmm.
There are certain course concept which you have to understand, like how looping works, right?
Yeah.
How you write any logic. If you have got the problem statement, how do you write that logic? That is
Hmm.
the core concept, and it's not just limited to this, right? It's a core concept of cloud. It's a core concept of deployment. All these DevOps version control system. So these
Yeah.
are some core concepts. If you know, then
Hmm.
tomorrow if something else comes up, right? Let's say if it goes from GitHub to Bitbucket, just I'm giving an
Yes.
example, right? you will be comfortable. Company, they might have done because they
Mm.
want to save some money over there, but
Yep.
at the end of it, it will be not that difficult, because there are certain steps which are done in GitHub. I'm going to do it over here as well. There might be some enhanced capability which you will just have to learn. So first is you focus on the core concepts. When you start from a journey where you have not done the coding and you want to start it off, initially those core concepts you have to build your foundation with, and
Mm.
then you go over on top and you try to understand that, okay, now I know these. If I have to switch, I will keep on upskilling myself, right? And
Yes.
one very important thing which you mentioned was the use of AI. So
Yeah.
AI makes it easier to understand the error,
Mm.
understand the different issues in the process. But how that error came and what is the design overall, what you are trying to do, that itself is with human, right? Because
Yes.
at the end of it, I always say this, that all of us are building for humans, right? We are building
Yes.
for humans, so there will always be a factor of making yourself differentiated, right?
Yes.
Making yourself touch of human which you want to give. And that is where your people which who gives a out of the box thinking, then they utilize AI in this process, right? And that's how your system will be more driven by human, not just AI doing everything. It's not going to be feasible because there are a lot of complex tasks which comes in, and it depends
Yeah.
upon company to company, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Very well, Vishal. Now I'll take students to the topics and everything. Then we will
Sure.
come back and we will continue with Q&A, and we will be able to answer all these questions which students have. So stay tuned, guys. At the end, go ask your questions. You can start putting it in the Q&A. Parallelly, you can hear me talking about the tools and different technologies. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Vishal. Thank you so much. All right, guys. So this was Vishal for you. He mentioned about the skills required, the thought process which you have to give, right? Now we are going to go bit deeper, how you should be starting and what all things you should be covering in a sequential manner so that you have the interest going on and then you understand things in a very sequential manner. Okay. So let me quickly share my screen again. And this time, I will go with the website. You can go ahead. It's again available. You guys can go explore it over here. At the end of it, what I want to focus here is this part, which is the curriculum which you should be focusing. So whatever we have mentioned here, we have mentioned till the point of topic, so that anybody who is looking at it, they should have the understanding that what they should be learning, right? Even if you search these things, you will be able to learn things on your own as well. But the point which I want to make is your first starting point, what that should be. You will see lot of places, right? Earlier also, we were also doing the same thing. We were starting with JavaScript, okay? We were starting with JavaScript. We were starting with, deep concept of JavaScript. Now we have changed little bit with our new curriculum, okay? And that is something which everybody here who has joined, if you want to continue, you should also be doing even before you go into the tech of HTML, CSS, etc., etc. You should start with no code platform. Okay, because you are from non-tech background, all of you want to start your journey. So you should start first with looking at how this system goes out. Just use no code platform like WordPress. Understand about some certain WordPress customization, host it on Hostinjo. Okay, you will, when you search about these things, you will get those things, right? You will have a e-commerce website which you are creating, or any website you creating on WordPress, right? A no code platform which will give you a understanding about the end-to-end system. Okay, I have not written any code, but I am able to create this application, this website which is visible to everyone. This gives you a instant look and feel of, see what I am going to develop next, what are the shortcomings. When you go over there, when you use these kind of platforms, you will see that there are limitations around customization. There are limitations around optimizing it further in terms of making things more and more scalable or faster to load, right? So now you will go to the tech side. Now learn about HTML, after that CSS, right? And after this, you will see yourself using Bootstrap, and one more layer of your website will go up, but this time you have created using the code. Okay, then you would like to add certain interactions on top of it. There you go to JavaScript. These are the concepts of JavaScript. And then how do you use JavaScript for the website. That's what you are going to go ahead with. Okay. After that, essentially, you start with front end development. Okay, you can skip this part. So this is something which we cover in our curriculum to make students more career ready. We will come to that. Rather, I will say that after this, the better part would be you start with front end development. Okay, spend now front end development topics. You can see you have, so we specifically cover Mon Stack. You can also take Mon Stack as your option. Mon Stack is MongoDB, then you have Express.js, then you have React.js, and then you have Node.js, right? So all those things, when you search, you will get everything over here in the list. Okay, everything is over here. So once you start, you learn Tailwind CSS again. After that, you go to certain concepts of React. Now, after that, you look at the Next.js also. Next.js is the next version of React. Now, a lot of companies, they started asking for Next.js also. So you should start with React, and then you should also learn Next.js, which will give you further confidence in building or developing the app. Once you have done it, at least the first and third, when I'm talking about, if you have done these two, you should start with the design analysis of algorithms. Now, everywhere where we have seen it, it's about you doing all the different things in DSA. As a fresher from non-tech, when you start, you won't be asked questions on graph. You won't be asked question on very difficult things. It's going to be certain questions on arrays, certain questions on strings. Then you have pattern matching, you have sorting and search. These are the things which you should understand. If you practice these enough, you are sorted for the job where you want to start your career in tech. So once you have these three, when you go through this particular link, I will put this in the chat also. If you want to explore by yourself, you can do that very well. Now, you have over here curriculum and learning stack. You have learned 1, 2, and 3. You are ready for front end development actually. Okay, you can start applying for job. You can start. There are certain projects you can explore, program, look at it further. What are projects you can work on? But just I'll keep it on the concepts which you are going to need here, which you will be needing over here. Then after that, backend development. So in this, we cover like a backend developer, the MongoDB, which I was talking about, and Node.js, which I was talking about, and Express. So here we have learned Mon Stack may React, and rest of the things MongoDB, Express.js, and Node.js we cover over here. So this is what you have to do. You have to understand after that databases, then ER diagrams, CRUD operations, writing queries in MariaDB. MariaDB is nothing but your SQL itself. Then after that, you learn about MongoDB, APIs you need to understand, etc., etc. Now, these are the things. Along with this, you need to understand how do you use GitHub AI Copilot? How do you do the coding mastery with ChatGPT? Creating intelligent front end solutions with AI technology. These are the add-ons which you have to keep on learning while you are going through this curriculum. Okay, and then after that, we have here the backend, which gives you further understanding and makes you ready for the next leap. And you understand, when you talk to a backend developer in your company, you need to understand these things. Then lastly, we have this practical software engineering and cloud computing with Azure, the layer which I mentioned, right? As a developer, you learn these four. After that, you need to know about cloud, you need to know about DevOps, you need to know about how versioning and all of those things are done, how UI UX design is done, right? How do you integrate here LLMs in your overall platform, right? Like here, integrated integration of this e-commerce tools, right? Web app deployment, how do you do it? Azure management and governance, how do we do it, right? And then how do we integrate AI overall? That is something which you're going to see. Okay, this makes you ready for the first job which you are going to go. In fact, the first three will make you ready, and these two will solidify further your position as developer in the tech industry. Okay, now, there is one more. If I talk about in your, next 3 to 4 years, what all things you require, you can explore this masters in cloud computing. This is where we say that you are going to be as a 2 3 years of experience which you need. That is something which you learn over here. Like here, you have the first 5 modules which I talked about. Then you go further into cloud, right? Because cloud is something which is again at the core of tech, right? All the data, your all the computations, everything is happening on cloud. So foundations of cloud, distributed cloud, there is distributed cloud where you have big data stored over there. Then you have Docker, Kubernetes, all those things. CDNs I was talking about, if you remember during our OTT platform slide when I was talking about that. You have data encryption, all these things covered in masters in cloud computing, which you need to know once you are comfortable with the foundation of it, the core concepts of everything. Then you have DevOps, as I mentioned, right? I mentioned about Jenkins that time. Maven is there. There are Docker. There are a lot of different things here which you are going to learn in terms of DevOps layer of it. And then low level design, high level system design. It means how your databases should be designed, how you orchestrate all the softwares over there. That is something which you learn. And then you have NoSQL cloud stores. This makes you ready for all the NoSQL storage of data which you do. Like SQL is the relational database. This is NoSQL, non-relational databases. You will understand. And then you have thesis project which you can work on. So this is what the master's program is, but you need to focus on the curriculum and the topics mentioned over here. And if you follow the sequence, you will see that you have gotten a direction of how do we take things forward. Okay. All right, guys. So this is something which I am going to talk about as a how do you start it and how do you look at it. There are certain things which you have to keep it in mind. If I say you start with no code, spend 1 2 weeks to make your website or any link live by using a simple WordPress hostinger, and you are going to see that you have gotten that confidence to work forward. And after that you learn certain stacks, and all these things are non-negotiable, as I mentioned, and you will find yourself going in the right direction. Okay. So at our program, again, we have admission counselor who will be joining. If you want to take the leap, if you want to start your structured learning, if you find all the things right over here, that's something which you can make as a decision. There are certain things which we do, and we believe in last 3 to 4 years, 4 to 5 years now almost, we have been solving the problem of first job in tech domain. This is again a problem statement which has to be solved, and some company, they have to provide the opportunity for someone who want to get into tech, who wants to learn things in a very structured format. And that's what we specialize in with the all the setup of placement. How do we design it, right? So we have all the opportunities, connection to companies, and all the portfolio which is developed for you. All those things ensure that we understand what is required by the company, and how we can take your resume and you can make your resume sellable to companies, right? By adding right projects and right way of structuring these skills, right? So certain things in learning which we do, we have live sessions, hours of practice, coding competitions. You can explore. We will have admission counselor joining in. If you guys want to have any confusion, any question, throw it out, have the discussion, and get yourself comfortable. We have a program, AlmaX, which makes it even topping on this, where we take your every week there are mock interviews, business communication sessions, certain things around your career that is designed. So that is also going to be discussed by the admission counselor in detail. So if you want to take a leap, if you want to start your journey, again, Alma Better, we provide, we specialize, and we ensure that at the end you are getting that opportunity and you are reaching your goal. We will be with you to ensure that you are reaching that goal of getting into tech, right? Now, this is where we are going to, end our discussion. I hope you guys have wanted the understanding of software engineering as a first layer depth. And then after that, you have seen that how these skills and all the things you have to work on in in which sequence you have to work on. And importantly, the thought process around AI, right? Thought process around AI, that it's not something which is going to be replacing you. Rather, it will act as the friend who will be, or the machine who is there, who is constantly giving you the direction in terms of if something as an error comes up, you don't have to go and do the Google search and search for Stack Overflow and all. There is an efficient system which gives you answer anyway, immediately, and that makes it better in terms of saving the time. Okay. Now, let's welcome Vishal again. We are both here. I want you guys to put your question in the chat, and then we are going to ensure that your questions are answered. So let me bring Vishal again. Hey Vishal.
Hey, hi.
Hello, Vishal. So, welcome back. Let's continue our discussion now. So, it's
Yeah,
the
sure.
time for Q&A. Everybody who has joined in, please put your doubts in the chat. So, one thing I want to ask you first, right?
Yeah.
People, they are really afraid about, let's say, non-tech, how much, how they are going to cope up with the coding because they either have no background of coding, but
Mm,
they are interested in tech, right? So, what do
yeah.
you suggest for them? How difficult it becomes during the journey?
Okay, so like firstly, I would like to tell that before switching your career from different platform to in tech, first you should be ready, keep your mind ready. Like you should be doing hard work in the very beginning of the stage of your life in the career. Like if you are not ready to do the hard work, then this is the field which is not for you because initially the initial phase is the base phase like we were discussing earlier, like the core concepts. So for understanding and clearing those core concepts, you should be working very hard or doing hard work. Like it will not happen in if you will think like i will uh, I will join an alma better and they will provide me the classes, and you are solely dependent on those classes sessions only, and you are not doing your own self study, then it will not going to happen. You need to do your self study, things like that. Like sometimes the whatever which have been taught in the classroom were not, you were not be able to understand properly. Like in the same batch you are from non-tech and there are students which are from a tech background, so you will feel like the kind of um, um, partition you can say, or left out you can feel like. But at the back, in the background after the classroom, you need to work hard. So first you should be ready for the hard work. Then uh, then I think uh, improvise yourself, like upskill yourself. Like do not solely dependent on the course curriculum, like whatever alma mater is teaching. Do yourself we can say research, learn new technologies. Whatever is not related to you, then also you can learn then you can learn that as well, whichever is suits. So
Correct.
yeah, that's all. Yeah.
And I'll summarize with 2 points which you mentioned, right? First, in the learning attitude.
Yeah. Yes.
So the learning attitude is something which I generally talk about a lot, right? Because
Hmm.
here, this learning attitude, it means I have to challenge myself. If something I have not understood, I will not leave it. Okay.
Yes.
If something
Definitely.
is presented to me, I have to understand. I have to be comfortable in, then explaining to somebody as well. That's a very
Hmm.
clear people they say, right? But this learning attitude is very important. You take the
Yeah.
challenge upon yourself. Okay, I'll spend 1 hour extra to understand how this question was solved, right?
Hmm.
Or how this was developed, what this code means. And let's say some concept you are not able to understand. You spend hours and hours to get that understanding. Once that attitude comes in, it becomes easier. You can do anything. Then if after that, if you want to build a skip spacecraft, that also you can do, because that aptitude
Yes.
should be there. There is a problem, there is something which I'm not able to do, I'm not able to understand. Let's challenge myself, and then
Hmm.
let's work on it. And then
Yes.
second part is you do your research, because at the end of it, the research and the self study, right? These two
Hmm.
are very important component of topping it up with comfort level, right? Because as you mentioned, right, during the class initial days, there will be someone who has more understanding, because you have just started. Somebody
Hmm.
has learned something outside, or some work he has done, you might have some understanding. But at the core, you have to know that it's just a matter of time. What you are learning right now, he might have learned 1 year back, or for in their college, right? You have to, now you are starting it. See that whatever is given to you, you explore, you search, you keep on being inquisitive, that let me understand further, let me search it on chat gpt what it gives, right? That
Yes.
if you keep on doing that, you yourself will start feeling comfortable. And again, the self study part, if you go and you just challenge yourself again. Self study is all about challenging yourself, कि मैं खुद से भी बार समझ के देख लेता हूँ. I'll try to write the code by myself, so that I will make myself comfortable. So at the end, the learning attitude, if that is right, it's going to be very very fulfilling journey, I would say, at the end. Because when you start seeing those result, and then we start your journey at company, you become more and more confident, right? You become very much confident about it. There is a part of tech which you know, right?
Yes.
And you can develop it. It's a very satisfying at the end, answer which you get from the tech. Right. All right, so Vishal, next I want to understand. So here, a lot of people, again, from non-tech itself, right, if I talk
Hmm.
about, they think about, let's say, when they are going to apply, companies are not going to, uh, give them a chance. Is there something which you have felt, or also what are your views on that? You might be interacting with a lot of developers in your team as well, so how do you see this?
Okay, so when I entered Almax and my resume has been started spreading in the companies, I felt that some companies are not considering your profile because you are from non-tech background. But there are some companies which do not care, which do not worry about your um, background or about your degree, but they will be looking for your skill. So if you have a skill, they will definitely uh, take your interview, and if you are good in that, they will allow you to join. They will not check that you are from non-tech background and you won't be able to do whatever. Like if you have this right skill at the right time, like there should be companies, like some company looking for the different role, some company looks for the another skill. But if you are applying for the right skill at the right time, then the company will definitely consider you as a candidate.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
correct. And that's how actually it is. So one thing which everybody has to understand, right, uh, that if you have done something earlier, and if you really want to now get into something as, let's say, tech, okay,
Yeah.
it's not like that people are not going to give the opportunity or they will not consider you.
Hmm.
They will always judge you on whether you know or not, right? If
Yes.
you have the skill or not. The gap, if you are able to fill that, right, if you are confident enough that, okay, if I have been given a project, I will be able to do it, I will be able to explain it, and I have my core understanding, right, definitely you are going to land in a job and you are going to start your journey over here.
Yes.
Right. All right. So, Vishal, we will end it over here. Okay.
Okay.
And now we will have admission counselor joining in. Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Vishal,
Thank you.
for joining in and taking out of your time on weekend, right?
Thank
And
you.
everybody here, all the students, on behalf of them, I want to say that I'm sure they have gotten an understanding. They have gotten an confidence to start with. They will go, they will research, they will think about it. But there are some keywords. If they keep it in mind, it's going to be a directional for them. It's going to be a guidance for them at the end.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Vishal.
Thank you. Thank you, Anand.
Just 1 minute, Vishal. Thank you so much. So now, guys, you have heard from Vishal. Again, you guys can go ahead and put your questions in Q&A. We have our admission counselor, Pratiksha.
Hi,
joined in.
Anush.
Hello, hello,
Good
hello. Welcome to
afternoon.
the stage. Good afternoon.
Thank
How are you doing,
you.
Pratiksha?
I'm doing great. What about you?
Doing well. Now we have all the students hearing you, and
Sure.
they are eager to listen to you. So please go ahead, guide the student. If anybody wants to, take it further, understand the structure of course, please go ahead and have a discussion. Stage is all
Sure.
yours. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so
Thank you.
much. Thank you. Thank you, Pratiksha.
Thank you, Alokya. Hi, everyone. My name is Pratiksha, and here I'm going to help you with the queries. Secondly, I'm going to show you how our course structure works. So, basically, in this session, we are going to have a brief discussion about our dashboard. So, you can put your questions in the chat box, and I'm going to take every question and I'm going to answer in between and at the end of the session. Okay. So, let's just quickly start. So, can you see my screen? Can I get thumbs up that you are able to see my screen? Okay. So basically, Alma Better is providing two courses, and we have data science and web development. So today we are going to talk about only about web development. But if you are looking for a data science course as well, so you can just write it down in the chat box that which course you are interested for, and even I'm going to like share one form as well. So according to your interest, you can just fill that form, and like our team will going to connect with you soon. So I have dropped that form in the chat box. You guys can fill this form according to your interest, and you will receive a call from our side. Then, as I mentioned, that we have two courses. One is data science, other one is web development. So data science, and we have two categories of courses. That is, one is certification course, other one is the master's degree program. So now the question put up in your mind that whom to learn, like what are the difference between both the courses, right? So certification is the course where if you want to start your journey from basics, like you can say from scratch to the professional level. On the other hand, we do have a master's degree. Master's degree is for the people who want to get a good package, like if you are looking for a higher packages, or you are a graduated person, or you have a long gap more than 24 months in your education. So we suggest to go with our master's degree. Apart from it, you can go ahead with a certification as well. Yeah. So for certification, we do have a double collaboration with Microsoft and the IIT Guwahati. And for the degree, we have triple collaboration with IIT Guwahati, Microsoft, and the third one is Wolf University, right? So let's just quickly discuss about how our classes will look like. Okay. So in our classes, you will be going to study in groups. We do have a live projects. We do have a capstone projects, and then we are giving you 100% job guarantee in our courses. So you heard it right, right? So basically here, if you are taking our course, so we also help for the job. So we are collaborated with 700 plus partners, where we are like giving you every expertise to land up for the job, right? So you have just example in front of you, like you will be you just met the alumni, right, where he discussed his journey, that how he get the job, what are the things that you should be careful about. Yeah. So everyone whosoever is joining this course, you don't have to worry about the job. Like you don't have to have a second thought in your mind that will you able to get the job. Definitely yes, you will be getting a job, right? Then let's talk about our curriculum first. So basically, as I mentioned, if you are from non-IT background, if you are from technical background, we are covering everything from basic to the professional. So this is the best part of Alma Beta. Like we are covering everything from basics to the advanced level, where you don't need to worry if you don't have any IT background. If you are haven't learned any like in your education, if you are from commerce or if you are from arts background, so you don't need to worry about that. Yeah. Secondly, we do provide 100% live sessions, right? So in case if you missed any session as well, so you will be having your recorded classes with you. Plus, we are providing you projects. We are having 1,000 plus coding plus problems and assessments. So, for example, if you are doing a project and if you have any query, so we do have a daily doubt solving sessions too. That is, you can join a live support on your dashboard. I'm going to show you everything in detail, and you can just go ahead with one-on-one mentorship sessions too. And there, the trainers are available from afternoon 12 p.m. to 7 p.m, because after 7 p.m. our classes will be there. So we provide thrice a week session. So if you are a working professional as well, you definitely can join this course. So it is a flexibility, you can say. We do provide mock interviews. You will be having like a coach where he will be guiding you like what are the things that you should be careful about, what are the interview questions that are generally asked, and it is again about the skills and tips that you will be getting from Alma Better. Yeah. And then as I mentioned, we are providing 100% job guarantee to you. So if you are planning to take this course, you don't worry about the job, right? Now let's discuss about the technical skills that we are having. So we have already covered all this. Like we have live lectures, we do live projects as well. We have projects and assignments. So the best part is if you are learning a class, if you are sitting in the class, so just after the class, you will be having one assignment with you that you are going to do, and you will be having your peers, like your group is there, where you guys will be having a proper WhatsApp group where you can discuss. If you have any issues, you can discuss with your classmate, or you will be having a trainer with you where the life support is there for doubt solving sessions, right? Then we have one-on-one mentorship. If you want to have a one-on-one mentorship classes with the experts, so they are sitting over there where they can help you on the job counseling, on resume building, on academics, anything you can book. right? Then we do have the trainers where they are coming from IIT Guwahati, right? So here you will be getting IIT Guwahati lectures where they are giving you everything in detail, right? They will share their experience, how you will able to study if if you're coming from non IIT. So what are the things that you will be careful for? Yeah. Then you will be having capstone projects, and there will be a multiple, you can say, practice papers, mock interviews that we are providing you. So we have 700 partners. So our major hiring partner is Amazon, where the maximum number of, you can say, candidate go. So if I talk about our last year stats, so that is 95% out of 100. So can you see, if you are a average or a below average student as well, still you will able to get the job. Yeah. So these are the companies. So we have startups, we have mid level MNCs, we have upper level MNCs as well. So can you see, these are the company, you can see on the screen that these are the companies that we are tied with. Yeah. Now let's talk about the very important part of the session, is what are the salary if you are planning to do this course. Yeah. So 8 or 9 LPA, like we start our salary above 5 LPA, right? So that depends upon your last round. For example, if I'm coming from a non IT background, right? So I have already a package of 8 LPA. So if I am doing this course, I can expect at least 30 to 40% hike on a current salary. And if I talk about the freshers, for example, you don't have any experience, you are a final year students, so you can also opt for the course where you can, our average package is 8 to 9 LPA as a fresher. And again, that depends upon the skill set. Maybe that you land up directly on 15 or 16 LPA. So this particular salary distribution is for certification course. If I talk about the master's degree, so 15 LPA is our average as a fresher if you are applying as a master's. Yeah, in both the courses, you can say. Till now, guys, any questions for me that you wanna ask? You can write it down in the chat box. Any questions? All clear? Any questions regarding the course curriculum? Apart, we'll just quickly go ahead and just like we'll explain you further. Yeah. So I don't think like anyone having any questions. So these are our mentors and instructors. So here we have three categories of trainers, like our co-founders are the people who are already a data scientist, you can say a working professional, who are teaching over here as a part-time. Secondly, we have directly IIT Guwahati trainers with us. So you will be getting experience, you will be learning from the people who are highly experienced in this fields, right? So these are our mentors who are going to, and again, this is the success stories. So as I mentioned, we have successfully placed 781 members to the job. So where the package is above 5 LPA, right? So we have so many people who land up with the package above 10 as well. So it depends upon your, you can say, your capability, your skill. Doesn't matter you are from, you're coming from IT background, you're coming from non IT background. It's just a matter of the skill set, right? And we have just heard it. If you are doing your efforts 100%, so definitely the good result will be coming out. Yeah. So let's discuss further about the dashboard, right? So I'm going to show you a student dashboard. So if you opt for the course, so how your student dashboard will look like. Yeah. Meanwhile, any questions for me, guys? Anything that you want to ask related to the certification or the master's degree program? As I mentioned, we provide two courses, certification and the degree program. So let's just discuss. Can you see my screen? I'm going to show you a dashboard. So basically, we are going to learn today about if you opt for the course. So this is how your dashboard will look like. This is a home page. Yeah. So here, we are going to discuss today particularly about web development. Apart, we do offer a data science course as well. So if you are coming from non-IT background, you can opt for any of the course. Doesn't matter, because everything we are going to discuss from the scratch only. Yeah. So we offer 6 months program where we are covering 6 modules in total. and it is starting from scratch to the professional level. Then we are having our coding practice assessment, where you will be, after every class, you will be having a coding problem. So this dashboard is for data science. It is similar for web development as well. Nothing is changed over there. Yeah. Then we do have a quiz assessment with us, where you will be having a mock interviews, mock test, everything is covered. Yeah. Then we are going to have a capstone projects, where you will be having 26 capstone project, out of which 6 projects will be the compulsory. But in case if you think that you want to do more, because we every time heard, right, since childhood, I hope you all are also heard the same thing, like practice makes a man perfect. So this point is like, you can say over here, if you are practicing more on the projects, you will definitely be pro in it. Yeah. Then we do have the supplementary courses. For example, if someone learns to have if someone wants to learn in depth, right, so you have an option, you can go through our recorded classes, where the all the things are there, where you can explore different courses as well, but that is related to your course, with whatever course you have chosen, right. Then these are our instructors and our mentors. So we have Vikas Srivastav, Alok Anand, you have just met. We have Rachit Jain, right? So we have so many instructors with us, where they are helping you for your journey to have expertise in this field. Yeah. Then this is the learn tab. So basically, we have a people who want to do this course little early. For example, I took this course and I want to I'm not doing anything, I'm not a working professional, if I am a student, right, I want to complete this course little early. So I have an option, I can do this course little early with the recorded sessions, because with the live sessions it is not possible, because with the live session the days are fixed, right. But if someone wants to complete this course early, so you have an option, you can do that only with recorded session, right. So here all the course, like you can say the 6 modules recordings will be there. You can do this. Here you can see it is showing only 1%, because I haven't done anything. But yeah, if you are doing it, so the progress will go up. So it will show 100%. Once it will show you 100%, that is a eligibility to sit into the placement. That is a mandatory part to complete the course, if you want to go with our placement, right. So this is the structure way. So if someone wants to do this course little early, you have an option that you can do that as well. Apart, we have a other tab, which is a classroom session. So in classroom, you will be having a proper live sessions with you, where you can see. So today there is no class. It is that is why it is showing no classes are scheduled for today. But here you will able to see your live session schedule. Yeah. Then, for example, I yesterday was having my class, but I missed somehow, right? So I have an option where I can see that recording as well. So within 24 hours of your live sessions, yeah, so you will be having this completed tab, where you need to click, and there you will able to see there are number, like there will be a same class, whatever you have missed, you have attended, you want to see that repeated session, you will able to see. And this recorded classes, you will be having a lifetime access with you. Yeah. So for example, if you took a course right now, and in case in future if you are switching your job, so you don't need to have again you are having a course, you can just go through with the recordings, you will be finding out a great help from here, right. Because sometimes what happen is, for example, I have done this course, I got a job of data analytics, for example, right. But after 2 to 3 years, I have planning to move into machine learning, right. So all the recordeds will be here, recorded sessions will be there, where I don't have to buy a course, new course for me. I can just click here and just go through my sessions like related to machine learning, and I can revise all the things. Yeah. So this is the best part I can say for the course. Then we do have a practice sessions, where, as I mentioned, after every live session, so there will be the assignment that you guys need to submit. And here these are the assignments, because this is very important for a learning journey. Whatever you are learning, you have a practice sessions with you. According to that, you need to submit. So in total, I guess 133 is here. Then we have coding assessment 12. Then we have quiz assessment 2 with us, which is 13, right? So in total you will be having approximately 150 assignments in 6 months of journey if you are doing this. So definitely it will be really really helpful for you all. Yeah. Then we do have a projects. So as I mentioned, after completion of every module, we you need to do compulsory a project. So can you see the capstone projects where after having a live sessions, after completion of one module, for example, if I have a completion of if I have completed the module, you can say SQL and Power BI, so there is a project that you need to do after completing your module, because these are the projects the when you enter into your job, the interviewer will ask you the questions based on your projects, that what are the projects that you have worked on. Yeah, so six projects will be the compulsory. If you are doing more, so you will be getting a best help out of it. Yeah. Then we do have this career option. So basically this career option is your Alma X, where you will be having a criteria. So for example, here is an option. For example, if you have done your course for till fourth module, right, so you can directly sit into Alma X, and that will be the best part, because in Alma X you have covered a basics in four module. So you have an option if you don't want to do the full course, like after full course you want a job, but if someone is looking for a job in on a urgent basis, so you can do a four module and you can directly sit into the placement. Yeah. Then we do have a mentorship classes. Mentorship is the person who are a professional. So here it's a data science professional. So here it is same for the web development and for the software developer. So here you can book a session with a professional where they give you the interview guidance, job counseling, resume guidance, academic, anything. So here you need to do the whenever you click on interview guidance, so they will when you click on next, so you will able to see the schedule, right? So according to your schedule, whichever matches you, so you can just join that. So you don't need to wait, like for this is sometimes you will get the schedule for the same day, but sometimes you will not get the schedule for the same day, maybe it will be a day or day after tomorrow. Yeah. So you will be having options in front of you, like here can you see that what are the contents that we are providing. So everything is in your hand. If you are really like you can say want to switch your career into IT, so we are helping you for each and everything. And now the very interesting part will be going to come up, that is our job board. So basically, for example, I am learning a course and I want to do a job as well, right? I know the basics and I'm looking like let's try for a interview, right? Maybe that it will take some time, but meanwhile if I have a good opportunity in my hand, why should I not try for the job, right? So here you will be going to see the openings of the job, where you can have a location, you can put your location, and mostly you will be getting a job in metro cities. But yeah, if you're living some in other place, so you will be getting a job from here. So you can choose an option, hybrid, on-site, remote, anything. Then you need to select your course, that is web development. Let's select for the web development, because today we are going to have a discussion only about web development. So according to your course, data science or web development, you can choose anyone. Yeah. Then you can mention your work experience, if you are experienced person, if you have the company that you are working with, or if you are not, you can say if you are a fresher, so you can just skip this part and you can search. So can you see there are number of jobs available for you. So this access you will get on very first day. This is the best part out of it. Let's explore for the data science as well. So here like the you have heard it from so many people in the market, there is a recession going on in the market, the jobs are not there. This is a myth, right? If you have a good skill set, if you are having a right, you can say, skills, so definitely you will be lander for the job. I can share you here a number of people who recently got placement. So the company always hired a people if you are much capable, so definitely your selection will be waiting for you. Yeah. So here we have a internships as well. We do have you can say a hybrid model, we do have a remote. But right now the 98% of the company will ask you to come to the office. That is again in the hybrid mode, which is 3 days of office or a 2 days office, apart rest is work from home. Yeah. So this is about a job board where you will able to see every job live. Yeah. Now this is a very interesting part. So can you see the live support over here? This is, for example, if I am studying right now and I have either like there is something that I'm not understanding, so I don't need to wait for a next class to happen. There is an option called live support. I directly join this live support where the trainers are there to help me live. Yeah. So there the trainers will be there for a live help, where they are available from morning 12 p.m. to 7 p.m. in the evening, and there you will solve your doubt from Monday to Saturday except Sundays. Yeah. So this is all about the dashboard, guys. This is whatever we are providing, the facilities you can see here, everything is there. If you are willing to learn, here you will have a proper help where you don't need to waste your time. For example, the live session is not today, as I mentioned, it is twice a week. Yeah. So for example, if you are finding any issues, so you don't need to wait for the next class to happen. Here is an option, you can directly join and you can have a discussion with the trainer. This is the best part actually. So this is all about the dashboard. And again, if you have any queries, you can put it in the chat box and I'm going to answer all your queries. Any questions related to the dashboard, related to the course curriculum that we have just discussed? And Alok has already covered the curriculum, so I'm not repeating that part. So if you have want to discuss about the pricing, you can tell me. If you want to have any discussion related to the dashboard, the projects, the assignment, you can ask that as well. Yeah. Any questions for me? Yes, no, anything, no doubts, nothing you guys want to discuss? So let's just have a discussion. Let's go back to the discussion that we were having. So we were discussing about the student dashboard that I have already told you. Now let me just tell you about the the batches and all. So basically for the masters pricing, okay. So I'm coming on the pricing. So you are looking for a certification course, or you are looking for the master's degree program? So we do have two courses, certification and the masters. So if you are opting for a certification, so we have a, you can say that we don't take a full payment in one go, right? So we take a tuition fee in upfront and pay after placement fee after getting a placement. So for example, if you are looking for a course, any of the course, data science or web development, so here you can go ahead with the for the certification. Once you get the certification, then you need to pay after placement fee. That will be the the charges will be separated. Yeah. Upfront fees is different. Upfront fees is that we are charging is for the certification course is 75,000 plus GST, where you will be getting two certification, IIT Guwahati and the Microsoft. And if you are opting for a master's degree, so you will be getting 2,80,000 plus GST. That will including the placements. I hope I have answered your query. Okay, ma'am, I want a certificate. Okay, so you are looking for a certification course. So in certification course, you can go ahead with our IIT program, where IIT program is there, plus we do have a Microsoft program as well. So if you go only with a Microsoft, so that cost you 50,000 plus GST. If you are planning for a iconic plan, that is Microsoft plus IIT Guwahati, which is a highly recommended, because IIT have a brand value in the market. So you will be getting a certification from there, that is 75,000 plus GST. Apart from it, we do have a master's degree program that will cost you 2,80,000, including placement fee. So in a master's degree, the package is more and the benefits is more. So you can select according to your choice. Now I have very interesting part for you. So the people who joined master class, I have a small surprise for you all. So that is, okay, some, okay, you want a certificate. Yeah. your certification you will get after which certification you're talking about, like for the course curriculum your certification is talking about, or you want to ask for a certification course? I'm not getting your point actually. Can you just write it in a detail what exactly certificate you want? So the person who all joined here, so thank you so much everyone for joining this session. Yeah. So I have a small surprise for you all. So if you are planning to enroll yourself in the course, right? So you can use this code that is MANG20, where you can avail a straight away discount on the courses, and this code is valid for next 72 hours. So if you are planning to take a course, you can just directly put this MAANG20, and you can avail straight away 20% discount on all our courses. Yeah. So, any doubts, any concerns, guys, do you have? So, I'm dropping my number. If someone wants to have a discussion with me one on one, I am from the admissions team. You can directly reach out to me. My name is Pratiksha. So, I have dropped my number too in the chat box. If you want to have a one on one counseling session, if you are confused that which course you need to choose, you have an option. You can connect with me. I will guide you according to your interest, according to your capability, in the certification and the master's course, whatever doubts you are having. So you can call me on the number, and I'm happy to respond all of your queries. So this is my calling number, and this is my WhatsApp number as well. So if you want to have a detail, you can say a discussion with me, so you can just call me on this number, and I'm going to answer all your queries about the placements and everything we can discuss. Yeah. Again, thank you so much everyone for joining this course, for this class. Basically, if you are enrolling with us, we are happy to welcome you. And secondly, if you are choosing this course, so you will be getting a more exposure in the, because right now if you see, data science and the web development are highly demand in the market, right? And if I talk about the growth, so you will be getting, you can say, a very fast track growth in this field. And I have seen people who are coming from non-IT background, and especially they are getting a very good package. If, for example, if you are currently on a 4 or 5 LPA package, so after doing our any of the course certification or the masters, you can expect at least 50 to 60% hike on your current salary. So this is the worth of the course that we are providing. Yeah. So let's end the session, guys. Thank you so much again for joining over here. It's been pleasure to have you all over here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.